and welcome to Rise, Heal, and Grow. I'm Leah M. Hill. This show is a podcast production of Apollo Sunrise Center, which is a health, wellness, and spiritual retreat center in Merrimack, Massachusetts. On this show, we shine the light on those who nurture wellness and inspire positive change. Well, my guest today not only inspires positive change, but she inspires happiness from the inside out. Please meet Cyndie Morgan. She is a certified infinite possibilities trainer, trailblazer, and the founder of Haverhill's Woofstock Festival. That was a lot to say.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Cyndie, for being here today. I am so excited to talk about all the things that you have going on and all the ways that you inspire happiness in so many people.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just love talking about happy things and happiness and tail wagging things and all the things.
All right, well, we're going to do that. But I first want to get an idea of how you started in this work. It was Mike Dooley who inspired you for this. How did that happen?
Absolutely. So in 2010, I was actually going through a divorce, and who came across my website was Mike Dooley.
Mike Dooley from The Secret.
Mike Dooley, and I found out that he was from The Secret, and he was all about laws of attraction, and he was doing his own program, Thoughts Become Things, and he was sending out emails about the notes from the universe. And I thought it would be wonderful to have some emails sent to me that just would inspire me and uplift me during, a traumatic
rough time.
Yeah,
sure.
And I said, I think that would be great to hear from the universe. What does the universe have to say to me? And I signed up, and that's how our relationship started.
Really? So it was actually called Notes from the Universe,
and
right?
he still puts them out today.
He still does. Okay.
Yep.
So he's a well-known, I would call him motivational speaker, inspirational author, speaker, and everything. So,
absolutely.
You can easily find his information on the internet and also get these notes from the universe for yourself.
You can sign up for free. They still go out for free, so you can sign up at any time.
Okay, great. So these were coming in during this difficult time in your life, and they gave you that little uplift that you needed and inspiration. How was that for you?
Yes, so they inspired me, and then that made me want to dig a little deeper about who really Mike Dooley was and what was he all about, and I learned about his program that he runs to be a certified infinite possibilities trainer.
I never heard of this
and
until I met you.
And I said, wow, what is this all about?
Yeah.
And it really is just all about the laws of attraction. And when I started breaking down the chapters for taking the program, I realized I've been pretty much doing this my whole life, and it just never had a title. I just thought it was who I was.
Really?
So we all have this inside of us, and we just don't realize it. When we look at our limited beliefs, and limited beliefs are those things that people have said to you and you've believed it yourself. So I'll use an example of you're in school as a child, you don't sing very well, and somebody says you're not a very good singer, and you go through life thinking you're not a very good singer. That's a limited belief. Doesn't mean it's completely true.
That happened to me with writing. Yeah, someone in college said they didn't like my writing or my creative writing and what I wrote, and so I just decided at some point that I wasn't a good writer until I had to, work through that and address it over many years. But yeah, definitely. It's amazing how one thing that someone could say to you, no matter how old or young you are, can really have that deep of an effect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's interesting how you mentioned that this was your lifestyle, because a lot of people would say the opposite. They might say, well, until I learned about the law of attraction and learned about the laws of the universe, I was always thinking the negative thing, I was always thinking the doom and gloom and oh, it's never worked out for me before, so why is it going to work out for me this time? Like, why bother?
Right. So the spark for me was I always realized that when I had a thought, I always brought it to reality. And I never understood why I had that power.
You understood that.
Yes.
That's amazing, because so many people don't understand
I really
that.
am a very opposite side of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And, if you want to take it one little step further with human design, which I recently had mine done, they're like, you're a manifesting generator.
Yes, I'm sure.
And I said,
from what I know about that, I would have guessed. Yes.
And I said, okay. And so when you bring all these components together of how my thoughts always became things, when I set my mind to it, I didn't realize I was making myself just naturally go down this path.
Right.
And Mike Dooley beautifully brought it together for me to have a voice to my, that was the words that were describing how I always was, and just never really understood that.
Oh, you did it. Wow, that is amazing. And for anyone who's not familiar with human design, it's sort of it takes an aspect of your astrology, right? Your birth date and time and location.
Yes.
And then tells you about your personality, all the aspects of you.
And that's a
from
whole
my
other
understanding.
thing.
I know,
but
it's
wow,
a whole other show.
It's
but
mind-blowing.
It is, yes. And I recognize a manifesting generator as well, because you've got a lot of things on your plate, lots of things always happening, and you're always kind of forward thinking is the way I'm thinking of it.
Yeah.
Is like to what's next.
Exactly.
That's what I think of it as. So that inspiration and your realization that you've already been doing this, right? Now you've already been thinking this way and really determining your life as opposed to just being reactive to what happens in your life.
Yeah.
And then you decided to get trained in this.
Yeah.
So what was this training like? I'm not familiar with it at all.
So I had seen the training, and the year before I said, next year, 2023, I'm going to take that training. And I originally I was going to sign up in March. And what happened was I got COVID. And I said, thank goodness I didn't sign up.
Right.
Because it also landed on my husband's 60th birthday. Weekend. So between COVID and my birthday, I went with my gut and said I probably shouldn't do that training.
Yeah.
And then I said I'm gonna sign up for September. Okay. So the training is 4 days of going. Mike Dooley himself teaches every single chapter, and it's by Zoom. It used to be in person, but after COVID they went on Zoom.
Right. Yeah.
But he goes over every single chapter, and every chapter breaks down how to take the thought to a thing and how to get there. And that's what the whole intensiveness of the course is. And by the end of it, you're certified in infinite possibility training. The training is beautiful because when you leave there, they give you all rights to all material. And you learn in 3 different modalities. You learn in infinite possibility training, you learn in I Believe in Me, which is the children's program. And then there's a third one, which is for anybody who's an Alzheimer's patient. It's
really?
I'm sorry, the name eludes me right now.
Yeah,
but it's for the infinite soul. It's for elderly patients and people that maybe are in nursing homes and have felt like they don't have anything else to look forward to. So it's really a unbelievable program.
I had no idea. That's really amazing. So in this training, you get certified to do what? To train other people on how to use this method of changing their mindset and changing their thoughts?
So what happens is after you have the training, you can become a trailblazer.
Oh,
and
that's
a
what you are.
trailblazer.
You're a trailblazer.
A trailblazer is you train 6 people in 6 hours exactly how the workbook is set up.
Okay.
Once you get past that, you can adapt it to any way that you want.
Really?
You can take bits and pieces because I'm never going to train for someone to have a certification. That's Mike Dooley's part.
Got it.
I will train for someone to get a certificate of completion. I can train the entire workbook in any way, style that I want now, and I can take bits and pieces of it and train in certain and make it into fun workshops and small courses.
So can you share any examples of like maybe from some of the people that you've trained or that you've taught of maybe how they've been able to change their thoughts, to make a positive outcome out of something that they would have not otherwise?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So when I did my trailblazing, I actually did it in my kitchen. I had family and friends come around. So there's an interesting concept that happens when you have friends and family. It's almost like they might not take you seriously.
Well, sure.
But once they sat down and we started talking, the biggest thing that came out was 2 things: limited beliefs, what people had told them or what they had told themselves and were believing it.
Yeah.
And then the second one was perception of how they saw the world. And I'll use an example. Money causes problems. That's a lot of people believe money causes problems.
Right.
Money can bring troubles. And then you break that down and connect it to the limited belief. And then you realize that it's something they have believed this whole time, but their beliefs changed once they learned to shift their mindset about it's not really money is evil, money is only for rich people. Once you stop breaking down those limited beliefs, then they understood that, wow, my perception morphed that to be different than it should have been, and successfully they could stop thinking in a different way.
Right, and that's huge. That has got to have an impact on anyone's life in many different areas of their life, you know, not just their financial status, but their relationships, their career. Just to change that belief that they can learn how to do from this training and you as a trailblazer, that you're able to share that, because like I said, there's so many things that we don't even realize, these beliefs about whether or not you're a good singer, a good writer, a good whatever, whether or not you're ever gonna make enough money to get by or be rich or be happy or get married, you know. People, I knew people, you know, or girls in school that were like, oh, I'm never gonna have a boyfriend, I'm never gonna get married, you know, and they did, but you know, but
there's a great quote about, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right.
Yes.
It's, you know, your thoughts do become things. Mike Dooley was 100% right. And your emotion that you carry behind your thoughts, that really makes the difference.
Right. Just saying it is one thing, but to really feel the energy of it behind it is what really makes it work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, wow, this is so exciting. I love this. And so with this program you mentioned, also the I Believe in Me program for the children, are you involved in that as well?
So I dabbled in it a bit. I took a second program. The woman that runs that, Rebecca Sagoda, she started doing a little bit of an offshoot to try to get other trainers to bring it around the world. And lucky for me, one of the ladies that I got trained with, Luz, she's in Mexico, and she has brought it there to all the school systems, and it's really spreading out.
Wow.
For myself, I used it in 2 different situations a little bit differently. I didn't present the entire program. I took pieces of it. I used it for a suicide prevention program for children that I was invited to.
Oh my gosh.
And I brought the coloring pages and kind of had them do an affirmations workshop at my booth. But my intent was that they took these packets home, and then I was reaching the family and the parents as well. It wasn't just the child. And then I did it with a local Christmas stroll. I did the same model again. I took the coloring pages, I did affirmations, and they could do stickers and take them home with them. And, you know, if they hung it on their wall and was repeating that every day, that's a win.
Oh, I can't imagine. That's enough to shift the world. I mean, that's not only shifting a child's life, but shifting the world, because we know as that child gets older, at some point somebody's going to tell them, well, you're no good at this, or you're not good enough, or you're not, you know, you can't do that. But with this tool that you teach, instead of believing it like we did, you know, and growing up with it, they can just say, well, no, that's not it. That's not true.
I believe in me. That's what you wanted to say. I believe in me.
I believe in me. So it's like, fine if you have your opinion, but that we can say now as adults, but to be able to say that as children
is everything.
Yeah, it really is everything. Wow, thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
having a huge impact on the world. So, and the other impact that you have is with Woofstock, Haverhill's Woofstock in Haverhill, Massachusetts. Tell us about that, how you started it, and what it is.
Oh boy, that's my real heart story. So I have a dog, Nigel. He's 8 years old, and when I met him at 2 weeks old, I got a download from this little pup saying, we're going to spread happiness together. I need you. Start a social media account.
Oh my goodness.
As crazy as that sounds, I thought it was too, and I had no social media presence.
Really?
At the time.
And so were you consider yourself intuitive, that you would connect with?
I'm absolutely intuitive.
Intuitive,
yes.
And you connect. So that wasn't so much unusual for you to get the message, but to get a message like that, like get on social media when you're not even on it?
Yes.
That's huge.
So when we left that day, because we were at the burrito with the little Nigel, I was meeting for the first time, I said to my husband, I have to start a social media account for this dog. And he said, why? What is going on? And I said, I don't know. I guess we're just going to spread happiness together.
Oh, my goodness.
So I started the account. I didn't even have the dog in possession yet because he was only 2 weeks old.
Oh, right.
And I said, okay, I'm just going to start it. And from there, it grew. Nigel's account became micro-influencer status, which is 10,000 followers or more.
Oh, my goodness.
And I decided to make my Nigel become my happiness ambassador.
Wow.
And from all those years working with Nigel, I started discovering myself, and I started side hustle jobs. I started doing social media managing. I started a side business. And within all that, I kept seeing all these great dog events in cities across the world. Because, you know, we speak to people all over the world.
Yeah.
And that's how the idea started. I said, where is my hometown's dog event? Woofstock, Haverhill's Woofstock, but it wasn't Woofstock at that point. It was just a dog event. So I sat on that idea for 3 years.
Wow.
And I said, I don't know. And then I got an email from Team Haverhill. Team Haverhill is a community visioning volunteer organization. They've been doing this for 19 years. And I get this email saying, we're looking for people to upscale our community. What can you do to make the community different and better?
Really?
And I was like, all I heard was, it's time. It's time for you to let this idea out.
Oh, my goodness.
And I emailed them back and I said, I have an idea. But it was Bark in the Park at that time. And that was my husband's name because I couldn't come up with anything.
Right, I love that.
And
Bark in the Park.
at that event, when I presented, they were like, we love it, make it happen. And I'm like, I don't know what I just did
You
because
had no idea. Oh, my goodness.
I don't know how to get events. I don't know about permits. I don't know about money. And a woman came up to me in the audience and said, hi, I own a farm in Bradford, Massachusetts, which is part of Haverhill. I'd love to host the event there.
Oh, my goodness.
And so Bark in the Park shifted. When I got on the property, I went and visited her on the farm, which I knew my whole life because I've been, raised and born in Haverhill, Mass. I said, I got to change it. It's not going to be Bark in the Park, maybe Bark in the Barn. And then I realized...
Woofstock's better. Yeah.
I realized Woodstock brought the people, the legendary Woodstock, so Woofstock would bring the dogs, and that's how Haverhill's Woofstock was born.
What a great story. I love that. I love how everything was just laid out for you and orchestrated, and you just followed it every step of the way, from the inspiration of when you first met Nigel, before you even had Nigel.
Right.
To putting yourself out there on social media, yourself and Nigel, to building that up over time, and then getting the inspiration to actually, not only inspiration for Woofstock, but to actually create it and do it.
Right, and I have to go back to my infinite possibilities training.
Yeah.
One of the biggest thing about having a thought become a thing is you don't get hooked up on the hows. No hows.
Oh, that's the hard part.
As soon as you
That's
put
the part
hows
we all
into
struggle
it,
with.
as soon as you put the hows into it, you're not letting the universe do its magic.
Right.
One step forward, universe takes about 10,000 for you. So I kept reminding myself, I don't need to know the hows. It's going to find he's going to find me, right? So here I am doing Bark in the Park, and next thing you want to come to the farm. Universe is already doing its magic for me.
Right. That's amazing, because so many people would have gotten hung up on the location. Well, we got to find a location that's going to be this way, or centralized, but local and big enough for all these people. And so this year's Woofstock that you had already, it's in September?
Yes.
It's in September. You had 1,000 people?
Yeah,
Is that right? Oh,
year one, we didn't count people because we didn't, year one.
Right.
We're just going.
Trying it, right.
Year two, I actually got good old clickers, and I assigned volunteers to be the clickers.
To count people.
Count people and dogs.
And dogs.
So 1,100 people and 400 dogs came to the event.
Incredible. Oh my gosh. And what kind of things were there? Were there activities and vendors, or what was there?
So Haverhill's Woofstock became a little bit about a lot of community. That's really was important to me. And the vision that I had was bringing all the heroes who were behind everything to do with dogs. Your animal control officer in your town is a very integral person, and no one really understands what they do.
Exactly.
I wanted the canine officers there with the sheriff's office.
Wow.
They're extremely important. I wanted a veterinarians there, veterans there, and then I was on a farm. So now my shift changed a bit. I said, what can we do to promote the farm? What does the farm do for our community? And I tied that all in. So everybody that was there year one was a band. I wanted music because I wanted it to be a festival, of course. So we had a band. We had canine demonstrations. We had the animal control officer there. I had dog vendors. And I had a lot of connections through the years with Nigel on social media. I knew we collaborated with a lot of businesses. So
that's what built up.
I called them in.
Wow.
I called in. I'm a co-leader for Women's Business League, the Georgetown chapter. I had a lot of my chapter sisters who had businesses say, we want to be there and support you. And it just came together. I had 27 vendors.
Oh my God.
Year one. Apple picking, apple cider donuts. And every morning when I would wake up, I tell a lot of people this, when you're working on something that's really making your heart like, oh man, it's like popping out of you.
Yeah, it's your purpose, right?
See it every single day. Just quietly envision it. But don't just envision the project. Throw in sights, sounds, taste.
Oh, I see. So really bringing it like a dimensionality to it. You know, bring it into like a really clear dimension as opposed to just watching it like a movie in your head.
Absolutely.
Bring in the.
So I would hear laughter. I would hear no dogs barking and wanting to attack each other. You know, all the things that I wanted to hear. The music, the children laughing.
Wow.
And keep that.
And there it is.
And keep that vision.
Yeah. So is that what, I mean, what does this do for you? I mean, this Woofstock does so much for the community and so many people and the dogs and everybody, like you said, even the animal control officer, which I wouldn't have even thought of. It's so important to include them as well. But what does it do for you?
It's just pure bliss for me.
Pure bliss.
It really is. It just lights me up. It just gives me a purpose. Yep.
That's beautiful.
I just love that.
Wow, thank you. And then you also are, you're doing Sweet Paws adoptions. Is that another piece of this too?
Thank you for saying that, yes.
Pet costume contest, which sounds adorable, and all those wagging tails. So what are these aspects too?
So that was
how do they all fit in?
That was part of the original vision as well.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to have rescue there.
Yeah.
Some kind of business that does dog rescue, and Sweet Paws Rescue signed up year one, and they were with me year two. We're going to be forever together.
Oh,
and this year, 3 dogs got adopted, and they do raffles and fundraising. Year one, we fundraised $250. I was so excited.
Yeah, right.
And year two, I'm not sure what we fundraised this year. I'm still waiting for that answer, but I know 3 puppies went to their forever home that day.
That's huge, huge.
And that was
gosh.
amazing.
That people actually went there to Woofstock and adopted their puppies right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
It was beautiful.
I love it.
It was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. So let's shift back a little bit to the Infinite Possibilities work that you do, and you know the conference as well that you is the conference about how thoughts become things, and what is that about?
So Mike Dooley has his conference for people to be certified as infinite possibility trainers 2 times a year.
Okay.
And I signed up this year to not only be part of what is called crew. So crew is you volunteer your time, you're a trailblazer, and you want to give back. It's a beautiful love bubble, as they call it, when you're in that community.
I like it.
And I applied to be not only crew, but I applied to be a speaker and talk about unleashing
Oh wow.
infinite possibilities, and I wanted to talk to the incoming attendees who are going to be certified about Haverhill's Woofstock. It's a perfect example of how a thought became a thing from beginning to end, and how I got the steps
And
there. And luckily for me, I got chosen to be a speaker. So
you were doing it. Oh my God.
I'm doing it. So I'm doing it in November.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. It really is. It's like completing this circle of this idea, this vision that you had, bringing it to fruition, and now sharing it with the community and beyond the community, sharing it as a story of inspiration for so many other people.
Yeah, if I can just reach one person who has an idea and they've been kind of sitting on it, and that can help them, you know, push it forward, oh boy, that's a win for me. So, and that's an international audience.
Right.
We do it by Zoom, so it's going to be, I'm pretty exhilarated about that.
Yeah, I'm sure, because I'm sure there's so many people that are going to be on that Zoom call or at that conference that have this big idea, kind of like you did, and not really, or maybe they're caught up in thinking of the how, like you said.
Right,
how's it going to work? How's it going to do? They have all these doubts, but by hearing your story, you can inspire them and say, I didn't know how. I didn't know where it was going to be.
No.
I didn't even know the name for a while. And then it's like you just followed one step to the next, you know?
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
how it worked. And that's what's so inspirational for so many people that want to do all these different things, whether it's a new idea or something that they wanted to do for a long time and never gave themselves permission
Absolutely.
to do it.
And it doesn't have to be a grand scale of a citywide event. It could even just be, maybe you've just kind of not been able to put the process in front of you on how to get to even organizing that bookcase that's been driving you crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's any thought. It's all the same premise. It's all the same steps, large or small. It doesn't matter.
Right. That's important to know, too, because we tend to think that the big things we want to manifest or bring into the world are going to be so much more work or so much harder to do, when it really is the same process as manifesting something small to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's important to know. And so you also teach this in a workshop called Activate Happiness.
Yes.
That you teach in the local area, including Apollo Sunrise Center.
Yes. I'll be there November 23rd.
November 23rd at 1 p.m., Apollo Sunrise Center in Merrimack, Massachusetts. So if you'd like to join Cyndie and learn this process, which I've had the pleasure of doing as well, I was able to attend Cyndie's Activate Happiness workshop. Previously, it was probably a few months ago, I think it was. And I really loved it because, I knew I was going to get inspired, and it's uplifting, and you're so uplifting, to talk to, just to be in the same room with you is like, ooh, the vibration of the room just goes straight up because it just feels so good. But also, you gave us really easy, practical things that we were able to take home with us. And that's what I thought was really important. It wasn't just all right, here's the thing, here are the steps, here are the things you need to do. It's like you allowed us to put it into practice and take a tool or a series of tools home with us to work this through.
There's empowerment empowerment with that.
Yeah, definitely, because I can see it where, we talk a lot about, many people would want this workshop just because they feel like they're in lack, right? And they want abundance. They want to bring abundance into their life, which could mean money, could mean a lot of other things.
Friends, family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Abundance comes in all forms. So it would teach someone that process of how to change your thinking from the lack to abundance, but then also expand on that instead of just focusing on abundance meaning money, abundance meaning all these other things in your life that can make you happy.
It's finding that aha moment with yourself and catching it when you're starting to not, when you're stuck in the limited belief. If you can, these tools will help you kind of stop that mindset and shift it. That's what it's all about. Just that little simple shift will do wonders for you.
Yeah, and learning in a way that's fun too.
Yeah.
You're with a group of people, you're all doing this activity together, everybody's kind of chatting, and it was really an uplifting experience anyway when I did the workshop as well. And then going forward, you have some other projects. There's Mummy and Me affirmations as well that you're working on?
Yeah, that's a new thought that I want to become a thing.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm putting together, yes.
So it's still in the ethers right now, but you're bringing it in.
Exactly.
As well as Life's Hall Pass bookmarks.
Yeah, Life's Hall Pass. It's funny. I got this idea from in school when we had the hall pass.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd be so excited, like we're leaving the classroom. And I said,
fun.
Most people don't give themselves permission to sit and read a book or,
never do.
sit and watch a movie because you should yourself too much. I should be doing dinner. I should be doing my dishes. I should be doing laundry. It's a fun activity you can create a bookmark and
Oh, I love it.
have it in front of you for a reminder.
And give yourself permission.
Give yourself
to do
permission.
That. And then you also are doing your own TV project as well called Inspod. Is that right? Inspod on Haverhill TV?
Yes.
Okay, what's that?
That's going to be coming up in 2026. I am looking for businesses that were inspired from their pet.
Ah, okay.
So instead of inspired, it's
Inspod.
inspired.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh, that's great. So with all that you've got going on, if someone wanted to contact you or reach out to you, how would they find you?
They can find me on my website. That would be Cyndie's Thought Movement. So www.Cyndie, and I spell it Cyndie, thoughtmovement.com. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Cyndie the Ippie, IPPIE. And Ippie is an infinite possibilities trainer. That's all that means.
Not a hippie. Ippie,
Not a
Not a
hippie.
hippie.
I love hippies.
Yes,
Hippies too.
But you're very present on social media, so it's easy to find you as well. And this was wonderful. Thank you so much, Cyndie, for sharing your story and everything that you're creating with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my
This was
gosh.
wonderful.
This is
Thank
great.
you.
And thank you all for watching here on Rise, Heal, and Grow with Leah M. Hill. Please like, share, and comment and subscribe to whatever channel you're finding us on today. We're across all different podcast channels, YouTube, and Beverly Cable Access as well. And thank you again, and stay with us because we'll have lots more episodes coming up.